I'm Andy. I teach mythology and folklore, and this is Tantalizing Myths. First, the title of the video. I'm quoting Monty Python, as everyone should. Students have asked me throughout the years whether or not belief in mythology is dead. Generally, this is from the perspective of the major Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, where it's thought these beliefs have replaced the more commonly known Western Greco-Roman and Norse mythologies. In a word, no, they're not dead. In many more words, I'll share a story from one of the classes I took on Greek mythology. Professor Solomon was a colorful character and sponsored trips to Greece every summer for students. Sadly, I was never able to go on one of these, but he related a story about one such trip to the class. The group was at the Cave of Delphi, where the legendary oracle dwelt and gave prophecies. Delphi, according to my professor, meant great vagina. Now, before the Greek scholars message in that it means womb or navel or something else, I'm sure he knew that and he was trying to get the attention of about 500 college freshmen in the lecture hall. He definitely had our attention, which relates to the rest of the story. So he's there with the students giving a lecture about the myths with the oracle and on the place itself, tying back to Gaia as it's supposedly her womb. Since Delphi was a major hub for mythology, there's a lot to lecture on. Professor Solomon's wife is there recording everything with a video camera. This was in the days before camera phones, for use in future lectures for those of us who didn't have the opportunity to go to Greece, like me. I'm not a bit salty about that. No, not at all. And also note, we were not shown this video. The reason will become clear. As the professor kept lecturing, he noticed that a few students were becoming distracted. It happens to all of us, so he just keeps going like a pro. But the distractions start spreading. They're all looking at the same thing and pointing up to the top of the ridge above the cave. Finally, he gave in to peer pressure and turned to look himself. There, on top of the ridge, were two women kissing one another, naked. The professor said to his wife, "Are you seeing this?" His wife replied, "Seeing it? I'm taping it." After the lecture, the group met with the women. It turned out they were engaging in a ritual as they still believed in the ancient Greek gods and those religious practices. It was their current belief system. So while the majority of Europe has moved on to other belief systems, no, the practices and beliefs that tie back to those stories are not dead yet. There's even a resurgence in these beliefs and practices in recent years. I found that those who do practice these beliefs are some of the most knowledgeable about mythologies. They take their studies seriously and enjoy all of the stories. Some of them have been my students. I've learned quite a bit from them. And they've learned a bit from me too, even about the stories they've thoroughly studied, probably more than me. Don't discount the power of these stories, and remember that some people regard them as sacred. Treat them with respect. I'll see you next time on Tantalizing Myths.